Alright, y'all, got out here to mess with this outdrive today. Gonna try to get this thing off and at least start replacing these bellows. Here's the new bellows. I don't know what these little things are for. I guess maybe it'll become apparent after I tear out the old ones. But I'm gonna start on that today. Have my delicious, nutritious McDonald's breakfast. Got a little shade canopy set up. I'll tell y'all something that happened to me yesterday while I was out here. You see this extension cord I have plugged into the side of the house? Well, I took this extension cord, and inside this cover there's a, you can open that cover up, and the back of the refrigerator is there. Well, I reached in there and I pulled out the refrigerator plug, the plug-in for the refrigerator, and I plugged it into that extension cord. And I was sitting there, I was going to see if the refrigerator would start getting cool while I was working on this engine yesterday. And towards the end of the day, I realized the refrigerator wasn't even getting cold and wouldn't turn on and all that. But anyway, I come out here to lean down on this outdrive yesterday to put the bunny ears on it so I could start the motor. And I kneeled on the ground and I put my arm on this fin like this and leaned down on the ground, and I had the shit shocked out of me. It hit me pretty dang good. And so I guess somehow I don't know if there's a fray. The only thing I could think is there's a fray in the refrigerator cord or something. And or somehow that extension cord plugged into that refrigerator over there was somehow putting voltage on the whole, on the drivetrain or something. I don't know. Whenever I leaned down on this outdrive, I completed the circuit and it knocked the shit out of me. But anyway, figured that'd make y'all laugh. It dang sure got my attention yesterday. But goes to show, when y'all get new projects, new boats, campers, especially anything like a camper that's got an AC system and a DC system, just like this houseboat, you really got to check over your circuits, you know, for safety. You know what I mean? But alright, enough blabbing. I'm going to try to get into this thing and see how far I can get. So, wish me luck. Alright, y'all. I started working on this thing at 11:15 a.m. It's 11:43, and I got this back cover off, which gave me access to this is the gear shifter, what puts it in forward, neutral, or reverse. So I unhooked that, and this thing here, this goes behind here. And that little split right there, it helps hold the back side of this cable, the shifter cable. The shifter cable has a, I don't know if you can see it, shifter cable has a notch in it that goes into that notch, and it's held in by 2 bolts, and that's what holds your shifter cable jacket still and allows the internal rod of the shifter cable to go in and out as you pull the lever. Other than that, this pulled this out. It's a Allen head fitting. I pulled it out and slid this cup back. I got all the bellows stainless steel bands undone, and I've pushed all the bellows back. There's 2 bellows and then like a water inlet or outlet, one of the 2. I guess it'd be the, hell, I don't know. It's either an inlet or outlet. It's got to be replaced though. So that's the 3 things you got to replace back here. And I think all I'm missing, all that's keeping me from getting this outdrive off now, is this pin. And I don't know if it's threaded or if it's a slide in and slide out deal. It's got a flathead on it, but whenever I turn it, it doesn't seem to thread in or thread out. I think it slides in and out. But if I get that one out there and this one out here, that's all that's keeping me from getting this outdrive off, I believe. Unless there's something mechanical in this part right here that has to be undone. I don't know if I gotta take this cap off or take these bolts out. I'm gonna try to get it off without doing all that. But I don't know if I take that thing off, bearings is gonna spill out everywhere. So I'm gonna try it the easy way first, and if it don't slide off, then I guess I need to watch some more YouTube videos on how to get this thing off. And I didn't set up the A-frame like I said I was going to do yesterday. But I think this thing's light enough where I don't need no A-frame to lift this thing. I could just muscle it off. But anyway, alright, let me get busy. Alright, I ended up, these are actually slide out pins. What I ended up doing is putting an Allen head in there. Putting an Allen head in here and giving her a pry like that, and it ended up pushing the pin out. Did that on both sides. I grabbed hold of it, pulled it out, and I was assuming that this was going to pull through a hole in the back there, but the hole that I thought it was going to go through is too small for this to go through. So what I'm doing now is I'm counting. I had to push the outdrive kind of back into position, and which pushed this cable back out towards me, which will allow me to spin this little end piece off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to count how many revolutions I screw it off, and then when I put it all back together, I'm going to screw it on that same amount, and I should be good. But I do know I kind of jerked the shift cable out pretty good when I did that, so hopefully I didn't screw my shift cable up. But you live, you learn. Alright, y'all, got it off. Got her sitting over here. It's what's this? It's about 12:10. So I started working on this at 11:15. So about 55 minutes I've been messing with this thing. Got her off, and this is why you got to change these things out. Look at that. And something I noticed here is this exhaust bellows. It's got these little flappers in here. I guess it allows the exhaust out, but doesn't allow water back in. And I guess I'm supposed to reuse that because my bellows didn't come with that little flappy thing. So I'm going to very gently try to remove that and put it in my bellows. But alright, this video is getting kind of long, so I think I'm going to make this a two-part deal. I'm going to make part one of this is the removal, and part two will be the reinstallation. Alright, I got the little flapper doohickey out of the old exhaust bellows. The exhaust bellows has a big end and a little end, and it came out of the big end. I had to slice it open with a razor blade, and the bellows has these metal bands, and this big ridge was in this dome part between the metal bands. On the big end, let's see here, it's in between the first and the second metal band on the big end. So what I've got to do, without destroying my new one, I've got to slip off this first metal band on the big end, install this thing, and then slip the metal band back on. That's what I'm doing now. There we go. Got it. Took about a minute. Didn't screw nothing up. WD-40'd to get it in there. I slipped this metal band off. WD-40'd it, slipped it in, then slipped the metal band back on. It's in between the first and the second band, just like on the old one. Don't know what it's called, but henceforth I will refer to it as the flapper baiter. Alright, let me get busy. Alright, y'all, I got my pressure cleaner out. I pressure cleaned up the inside of this. Looks like it's 19 different colors in there from being painted by different people over the years. But got all that pressure cleaned. Pressure cleaned the other end of this. It's got two U-joints in here, and the U-joints are tight. Sure you're wondering, why don't I just go ahead and replace these being I've got it apart? I mean, that ain't a bad idea. But they're nice and tight, and they've got greasable joints. So I'm gonna grease them up again. Or I'm gonna grease them up. Make sure all these little spots that the boots clamp to are nice and clean. And I'm gonna put it back on. I think this will be the last part of the tear down video. I just pressure cleaned the back of that, so I'm gonna move my shade canopy, let the sun beat down on this area and dry it out while I go inside and have a drink and eat a sandwich for lunch, and then I'll be back out. So, alright, here we go. And it's 1 o'clock, by the way, so I've been working on this since 11:15, so in an hour and 45 minutes, this is what I've got done. Now mind you, I'm picking up my phone and filming all this, so you can knock off a little bit of time for all that, but I'm going to try to time myself, see how long it takes to do this procedure.